Hello. Okay, in the previous class we were discussing how to design a single stub design. Okay, design using a single stub or a single element, you can obtain the impedance matching. Okay, so this is what we were discussing. So we know how to implement a particular value of reactance and susceptance using transmission lines. Using transmission lines, we can implement particular values of particular values of susceptance and reactance. Okay, it may be given susceptance and reactance. See, like this, if a susceptance is given, or if you want to have this susceptance JB, okay, B may be, it may be negative or positive. If you want to implement this, okay, using a transmission line, you can use either a short circuited transmission line or a open circuited transmission line. Okay, using open circuited short circuited transmission line, we studied see like this. For example, like we want to implement susceptance looking between these two terminal. As you look towards the short circuit, this is a short circuit. Okay, the impedance between these two is a susceptance, and its value we needed is a minus j 1.4. This value we needed. So this is behaves like a component. This part of the circuit. This is a transmission line. Piece of transmission line with a particular length. It has a length DSC. Okay, if we take a proper value of this length, the input impedance here is a susceptance, and you can implement any value based on your requirement. And you have to get a length, a particular length. So here, as we can see, minus 1.4, I want a susceptance. What is the length of the line to get this value of susceptance between these two terminal? Okay, so we are using a short circuited transmission line, so you should get a length of the line. Okay, so you mark this load here is the short circuit. Here this is a short circuit point, z0 and x is equal to 0. Draw the VSWR circle. This is a VSWR circle, blue color one. What we are observing is the VSWR circle. So load point, this is a load point. From the load point you move like this towards the generator. From here you go on moving towards the generator, and whenever you find the required value of susceptance, see like this, minus 1.4, I want susceptance value. So the susceptance value here go on moving starting from load point. This is our load point, and you should move over the VSWR circle. That means we are moving over a transmission line like this. This is a transmission line, piece of transmission line. Okay, but we have to take a particular length here to behave it as a susceptance at the input side. Okay, so started from load, you move, go on moving, and wherever you find a required value of susceptance, minus 1.4. So this is a minus 1.4 susceptance circle. So this is a minus 1.4 susceptance circle. This is 1.2 susceptance circle. Okay, and 1.6 is here. It is written, value is written outside the circle. This is a susceptance circle, its value is written here, 1.6. Okay, and here 1.2 is there. Okay, this is 1.4 circle. So this is the point. So whenever we come across the required value minus 1, because the susceptance values are negative in the upper part here, susceptance values are negative in the upper part, and we want a minus 1.4. This is the point. We stop here and mark there. Okay, and draw a line passing through that point to the wavelength scale from the center of the Smith chart. So this is the center of the Smith chart. Passing through our required value of susceptance, you draw a line. Should touch the towards generator wavelength scale. See, this is the generator, towards the generator scale here. It should attach this wavelength scale here, the upper values. Okay, towards the generator, and read the distance from here. What is the distance from here? So initial point is initial value is 0. Okay, so automatically value go on increases, and value is equal to 0.09 here, 0.09. This is 0.092, 0.094, 0.096, 0.098. Okay, a little bit away from that point. So I took it 0.0981 lambda, because the wavelength, the length here is measured, distance is measured in terms of wavelength. So it is, this is a value. So from here to here, That is a value. Multiply that by lambda value, you will be getting the actual distance in mm or a centimeter. It is a lambda is in terms of mm is given, so it is 100 mm. So multiply that, you will be getting this value. So if you take this length DSC, short circuit stub length, equal to this value, input impedance is minus 1.4, susceptance, the admittance value is a minus 1.4. So like that, you can get any value of susceptance, like it is up minus 1.4. If you want any value, like it may be minus this is 0.5, okay, any value you can get based on your value required, okay. So this is 1 here, susceptance value is 1 over this, okay. This is similarly 0.9, 0.8, this is a 0.8. So if you want 0.8, you stop here and measure the distance from here to here. Similarly, if you want a positive values, for example, instead of plus 1.4, if I want minus 1.4, what I have to do? You see, you should not stop here, because this is 1.4 minus 1.4. If I want a plus 1.4, what I have to do? Instead of stopping here, I should go on moving. See, like here, the values below, whatever the susceptance values here below, they are the positive values of susceptance. So you should stop somewhere here. I think it is in the bottom. Okay, on measure the distance again from here only, here, and go on doing like this and stop wherever it is a plus 1.4, and measure the distance again from here if it is a plus 1.4. Okay, short circuited stub. So like you can get any value using short circuited. Similarly, open circuited stub also, we can design the required value of susceptance. See, like this, open. Okay, again I want a minus 1.4, for example. Susceptance I want here minus 1.4, but using open stub. So what we have to do, you mark this load comes here now, infinity here, 0, r value infinity and x value infinity, this is the point. So you should measure the distance from here, go on measuring the distance, and up to what, again required value minus 1.4 are needed, so I should stop here only, minus 1.4 here. So starting from here up to this, the distance. So if you measure the distance from here, that is up to here, that is around 0.348 lambda, because from here if you come to here, 0.25 lambda, 0.25 lambda, but further you should move like this up to this point, that is 0.098. okay, so 0.25 up to here plus 0.0981 lambda, add that value to 0.025, 0.25, add 0.25 to the 0.0981, you will be getting this 0.38 lambda. So this is a value. If you use a open stub, you should measure the distance from here and up to wherever the susceptance value is there. Okay, so like that you can implement, okay, susceptance using a open stub or a short stub like this. It is similarly reactance also, any value of reactance you can implement. Okay, see, like for example in the earlier class we discussed that. Okay, I think it is not in this one. We discussed based on your x value, wherever your x value is there, you stop. Short stub means you should start from wherever the x value is there. For example, 1, x is equal to 1 I have to stop here. Okay, and measure pass a line passing through this point, okay, to intersect the wavelength scale here. Measure the distance from here to here to get a particular value of x. Instead of susceptance, if I want a reactance, okay, reactance value may be negative or positive, any value you can implement. Just what you have to do, again you short circuit stub means you start from here, go on moving like this, go on moving. Wherever your required reactance value is there, you stop. Okay, for example, I want a reactance is equal to 1 plus 1, I should stop here and measure the distance from here to here. If I want a minus 1, I should not stop here, I should go like this and come here, it is somewhere below. We measure the distance again from here up to this value, negative value, wherever it is there. Okay, like reactance values also you can implement using a short stub. Okay, similarly using open stub also you can implement reactance. Only thing is you should see whether it is a open stub or a short stub. If it is a short stub, you start from here and stop wherever your required value of x is there or a b is there. That's all. Similarly, open stub, you should start from here, you go on moving, okay, over the VSWR circle until you reach your required value of x or b, and measure the distance from here if it is a open circuited stub. Okay, that is a stub design for required value of normalized x and b. Here to get a normalized, from the normalized value of x and b you can get a component values. Okay, it is not a tough thing. Okay, normalized you convert into normalized by multiplying with the z naught, then you can get a value of component values, whether c or a l value from that opposite converse approach. Okay, we can do that easily. Okay, once you get a normalized value, actually this is a behaving like a susceptance of minus 1.4. Actually it is like a some component, it may be inductor or a capacitor. Okay, what is the value of inductor associated with this minus b? Yes, susceptance value here is susceptance means it is some component is there here. It behaves like a component, either inductor or a capacitor. Its value is susceptance value is this. You can convert this into component value. Okay, just by using opposite one. Okay, while finding impedance, what you do, for example, inductor reactance x is equal to omega L. If you want a L, you do in the opposite. We know the x, get a value of L. Okay, in the opposite way. Okay, so once we get this, we can do it easily. Okay, we got this. This is about a stub design. Okay. Next, what we were discussing, impedance matching. In the earlier class, we were discussing about impedance matching. Is it audible? Hello, am I audible? Hello? Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes,
Am I audible? Hello? Audible? Okay. Okay, in the previous class we were discussing about how to use a stub, okay, to get a impedance matching. So impedance matching means what we were understood, to get a maximum power transfer from to assume that from the source signal is coming over the transmission line. Okay, whenever a signal reaches at the load point, see this is a load connected at the end of this transmission line. Transmission line has a characteristic impedance of 50 ohm. Okay, so here what happens, whenever it comes here, it looks at the load value. If it is not matched, that means it is not equal to this, then reflection will take place here. Okay, so here actually this is a load here, this is a 50 plus jx, 50 is a real part and x value is there. Okay, even this is a real part is same as a characteristic impedance, there is no mismatch. Okay, it's a mismatch because reactance is there. Okay, so there is a mismatch here. So what we have to do, you should be only pure real value of 50 ohm, then only there is a matching. Okay, so the signal will come here, there is a mismatch, it will reflect back, that is a waste of energy. So what we can do, you can get a matching if the load is like this 50 plus jx, that means this real part is equal to the characteristic impedance. You can eliminate this okay, by adding opposite reactance. Okay, see like this, you add a opposite reaction minus jx, then what happens, between these two terminal the impedance is addition of these components, this and this load and this component. So automatically if you add this with this, this minus jx cancels with the plus jx, impedance between these two terminal is 50 ohm. So this is a 50 ohm, whenever the wave comes like this, it feels like there is a 50 ohm, it deliver maximum power to this network, this part of the network. Okay, assuming this is a lossless, you can get maximum power delivered to the load. Okay, that is the idea behind this impedance matching. You can do like this if the real part is like this 50 ohm, but just adding a minus jx you can get a match like this. Okay, But if the load is like this, for example, it is real part is not equal to this 50 characteristic impedance of the transmission line, okay, then we cannot get impedance match just by adding the negative value of reactance here, okay, because this is 100 ohm here. If you can, even you cancel this by adding a negative reactance here, the load value looking between these two terminals is a 100 ohm, 100 ohm here. So 100 ohm is a mismatch with the 50 ohm, so maximum power will not be delivered, okay, by just adding minus reactive component here, okay, like this you do not get, because here is a 100 ohm here, okay. In such a case, what we can do, instead of adding a reactance, opposite reactance here, instead of adding the opposite reactance next to the load, okay, what we can do, we can move like this over a transmission line. You move over a transmission line. So, and we know as we move over a transmission line, impedance changes, impedance changes, impedance doesn't remain same. This real part will change, this x will also change, okay. So audible? Hello? Hello? Sri Gauri? Audible? Ah, okay. Rishabh is there? Hello, Rishabh? Rishabh, audible? Nikita? Hello? Srishti? Hello, audible? Am I audible? Kavyashri? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So as we move here over, instead of adding component next to the load here, even if you add reactance, opposite reactance here next to the load, okay, it will not give a impedance matching, because the remaining value of load is this value, whatever it is, okay, 100 or whatever it is. If it is a 50, then we will be getting match, but if it is other than this value, then there is no matching if you add the opposite reactant next to the load here. So instead of if the load is like this, yeah, okay, what we can do, instead of adding component next just to here, what we can do, we start moving over a transmission line like this, move over a transmission line. And as we move over a transmission line, we know this real part changes, the value of impedance changes, real value changes, and x value also changes like this. At as you go on moving like this, at particular position, maybe like this, okay, at point P, the impedance, real part may become 50, and reactance may be anything, okay, reactance may be anything, okay. You stop at that position, stop at this, whenever go on moving like this, whenever your real part becomes 50 ohm and x may be anything, x value may be anything, you stop there, okay. At that position, note down the x value, whatever it is we are coming across, real part is 50 and x value may be anything, you note down that reactance value, and at this position connect the opposite reactance, okay. Then opposite reactance cancels the existing reactance here, remaining is only 50 ohm at this position, okay. Like that you can get a impedance matching. See, 50 ohm means it is a normalized value is 1. For example, normalized value is 1. I have taken z not equal to 50, go on moving like this and stop wherever real part of impedance is 1, because impedance changes as you move like this. Real part of 50 ohm and x value, whatever it is, you stop and note down the x value, okay. And if it is a 50 plus something, here the impedance is, okay. Then if you take a normalized one, it is a 1 plus jx, it may be in this form, 50 ohm. You see, here is a 50, input impedance is 50 plus something, okay. Normalized means it will become like this, 1 plus jx, okay. You stop here, their impedance is a 50 ohm real part, okay. So now at this position, note down whatever the value of x, okay, it may be any value, and connect the opposite component here, opposite reactance components at this position, it is at a particular distance. So as we move like this at a particular distance, the impedance becomes 50 plus jx, means a characteristic impedance. Real part is equal to characteristic impedance. X may be anything here. You stop there, okay, and note down the x value whatever exists here. Cancel that value by adding extra component like this. See, like this, you add a opposite component, okay, opposite reactance component like this, okay, series. Okay, what is remaining? It is a 50 ohm, that is normalized value is 1, okay, 1 impedance is 1. So matching we will make it. So the wave will come like this. There is a match because we cancelled the reactance existing here. Remaining goes only 50 ohm. The wave delivers maximum power to this part of the network. Okay, this network. Assuming this is a lossless and a very less length, this distance is very small, we can get a maximum power delivered to this load. Okay, that is called as a single stub matching here. So find out a position at which impedance is like this 1 plus jx, 50 plus r, real part is 50 and whatever it may be, okay, or if you, because we can find out at what distance it is from the load. We should note down at that position only you should connect the opposite reactance. So this distance we have to measure. So it is easy to measure using Smith chart. Instead of calculating using equation, you can measure at what distance this value of impedance appears. That you can easily measure using the Smith chart. Okay, after finding this distance at that position, you connect the opposite reactance like this. You will get a match. Okay, that is one of the way. Okay, other that is called as a series stub matching. This is called as series matching, series stub matching. Actually, this reactance we are implementing using a stub. That's why it's called as a series stub matching. Okay, this minus jx we can implement that using a stub. Instead of inductor and capacitor, what we can do? We can use a stub here. Okay, like this. Stub connection. You can design a stub. Okay, you can design like this stub based on your value of like this and insert here that stub. It behaves like a component. Okay, that's why it is called as a stub, single stub design. Just one single stub you insert here to cancel whatever existing reactance here, you will be getting match. Okay, that is called as a series stub matching if you do like this. Another is a shunt stub matching. See here, instead of finding impedance 1 plus jx, you find the position. You go on moving from the load, go on moving like this until our admittance value is like this 1 plus jb. Admittance value is 1 plus jb. Okay, that means here real part is this one. Okay, stop there. You can find out this easily. Okay, and distance we can find easily from the Smith chart. You stop here, note down 1 plus jb. We cancel this by connecting opposite susceptance value. See, like this, opposite susceptance value. Okay, then what is remaining? Y only equal to 1. Our admittance value becomes 1 here, and impedance also equal to 1. Okay, so like that, instead of doing finding this position over the transmission line, we can find a go on moving over a transmission line. Wherever admittance is this form, you stop. Okay, find out this b value. Next, what you have to do? Connect the opposite. For example, plus jb is there. You connect minus jb here. Minus jb external component like this. This is existing. At that position, you connect at what distance? At some distance, this value of admittance is there. Okay, at that position, you don't know down this value, b value, and connect the opposite of this at that position. Okay, that cancels this existing b plus p, this minus jb. Okay, so what is remaining? Y value. Y value is equal to 1 is remaining. Y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1 means z is equal to 1. Z1 means it is equal to characteristic impedance of the transmission line. So whenever the wave comes like this, it feels like there is a 50 ohm or a matching is there. It delivers maximum power to this. That is the way. Okay. So instead of connecting component like this next to the load, if the real part is opposite, real part is other than 50. See, if real part is same as 50, same as Z0, we can connect opposite reactance and get a matching. but a real part is not characteristic impedance. Then what we have to do, instead of connecting this reactance next to the load, just go on moving until you reach impedance is in this form. Connect a opposite reactance like this in series. Otherwise what we can do, go on moving, find a position at which admittance is in this form 1 plus JB, connect the opposite susceptance in shunt like this, parallel shunt you connect, opposite susceptance you connect in shunt like this. Okay, leaving only the admittance value is 1, go on moving, find a position at which a real part is 50. What we are doing, instead of connecting here, if you connect here what happens, so this is 100, there is no match. So go on moving, find a position at which impedance is 50 ohm, that's all. Go on moving, impedance is 50. Reactance also changed by the time. Okay, we cannot use this, we should use whatever the reactance observed here, opposite reactance you connect, or you find like this, connect the opposite susceptance, go on moving, find a position like this. And this distance is very important, at what distance this value is there, or at what distance this impedance is there, what distance admittance is there, this is very important. Opposite susceptance you connect. Okay, so this is opposite susceptance. This susceptance and reactance we can implement using stub, series susceptance or a stub here, shunt stub. These stubs, these can be implemented plus JB or minus whatever it is, X1 B, they can be implemented using the stubs. This is actually some component we have to add, either inductor or a capacitor, but that inductor and capacitor implemented using stubs. So we already designed, like open stub you can implement, required value of JB, what is the length of this. Okay, you design based on your requirement here, you design this and connect it here. How to connect? Like this, you see, I want a minus JB, I am inserting here, instead of like this. See, this can be implemented using stub like this. This is a stub. Okay, I want a minus JB. Okay, I will design this. I will design like this. Short stub I want. I will design based on your value of this. Okay, then what I can do, I have to insert in shunt this value. I have to insert like this. This is the one. Okay, this is a stub. Actually, this is some inductor or a capacitor. Okay, so like that you can insert the stub. So here the required value of B is there, that cancels the existing B here. Okay, so like that you can design this stub. So either you can connect like this reactance or like this B. Okay, these can be implemented using stubs. Okay, that's why we studied, so that easily you can implement this stub. Just a length only we have to find out what is this length to get this particular value of B. Okay, okay, so that is so here this is called as single stub matching. This method is called as a single stub matching. And here what are the important thing, you should find out a distance at which admittance in this form, this D is very important, from the load at what distance it is like this, and similarly at what distance impedance is like this. Okay, distance D is very important, you should measure. And next is opposite, you should note down the susceptance or reactance. If it is impedance, you should note down reactance and connect in series like this. Okay, stub. And if it has admittance, shunt stub, what you have to do, you should go for, if they ask you to use a shunt stub, you should find out the admittance and find out a B at this position. Connect the opposite susceptance like this. Okay, this can be implemented using a stub again, this whatever the value here. Okay, so this method is called as so this stub design length you have to find out based on the value of B. Okay, so these things are very important, length of the stub based on the value of B, connecting minus JB I want to connect. Okay, what should be the length of this stub, this is very important. Another thing is at what distance I have to connect D, this stub must be connected at a particular distance. Okay, at what distance I have to connect, that we have to know down, and what value of stub I have to connect. Okay, that we have to know down. What value of stub, it should be opposite to whatever you get here. So you go on moving like this. Here some susceptance value is there, conductance is 1 but susceptance is something, you know down that here is 1.3. okay, 1.3 here. I have noted at this position B is 1.3 plus 1.3. What I should do? I should connect a minus 1.3 here. This should be minus 1.3. Then this minus 1.3 cancel this existing plus 1.3. 0 susceptance here. Only leaving y is equal to 1. So automatically Zin is equal to 1. Zin 1 means it is a characteristic impedance 50 ohm. Matching we will be getting. Okay, like that. So here you should note down the susceptance, or it may be reactance. Okay, connect opposite. So this is plus 1.3. I should minus 1.3. To get a minus 1.3, what is the length of this? That we know already. See, I want a minus 1.3. I want minus 1.3 here. Between these, what I have to do? I should start from short circuit, go on moving. Wherever 1.3 is there, you stop. Okay, 1.3. Okay, wherever it is 1.4 here, and susceptance value. Okay, 1.6 here, 1.3, this is 1.2, 1.4, 1.3 maybe somewhere here. You should here. Okay, you should stop here and note down the distance from here to here. Set the length. So that length you should take here. Susceptance length, this stub length is that. And this distance you have to find out what distance this is. We already know in the previous classes how to find out this. Okay, we will take one example and do that. Hello, audible? Hello, answer one of you. Audible?
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, thank you. So here we will take one example here. Okay, transmission line with a characteristic impedance of 50 ohm is connected to a load impedance ZL equal to 100 plus 100 minus J70 ohm. Match the load to the transmission line using a short circuited shunt stub. Okay, I left short circuited shunt stub. Short circuited shunt stub. Transmission line with a characteristic impedance 50 ohm is connected to a load impedance 100 minus J70 ohm. Match the load to the transmission line using short circuited shunt stub. Okay, the question is this. Shunt stub is asked. See, like this. As we know, we can use either a open shunt stub like this, or a series stub like this. Series stub means you should find out a impedance is this form. Shunt stub means you should find out admittance like this. Admittance is 1 plus JB. Series stub means you should find for the impedance. Impedance must be 1 plus Jx. If they ask you to design for series stub, what you have to do? You go on moving over a transmission line, connect a load. Then what you have to do? Go on moving, find out wherever impedance is like this. If a series stub is asked, if a shunt stub is asked, what you have to do? Connect a load, go on moving and see where the admittance is this form, 1 plus JB form. Go on moving like this and find out a position at which this is the admittance is like this and stop. Note down the distance. At this position you should connect the stub, opposite stub, opposite to whatever the existing value here. Okay, like that is called as shunt stub matching. Okay, so in this question it is asked to use a shunt stub. So admittance we have to find out. Okay, what is given? Transmission line with a characteristic impedance of 50 ohm. So this is a transmission line is given. Okay, its characteristic impedance is 50 ohm. Connected to a load impedance 100 minus J70 ohm. Okay, so this ZL is given. What is the ZL value? This is a ZL 100 minus J70 ohm. Okay, this value. So it is there is a mismatch. Okay, match the load to the transmission line using short circuited stub. So there is a mismatch is there. What we have to do? You should match this to the transmission line. So this transmission line should be matched to this. Okay, for that they asked you to use the shunt stub. Short circuited, you should be important here. Short circuited shunt stub, should not confuse. Open stub means you should use a open stub. That means you should implement this using open stub. Short means you should implement using like this shorted stub. Okay. And shunt stub, it is asked. Shunt means like this, you should connect like this across, parallel to the line, parallel to the line you should connect. This is series to the line, this connection, series stub. This is shunt stub, parallel, so like this. Okay. Okay, so now for this question, shunt stub is needed. So what we have to do, connect the load, then go on moving like this over a transmission line. Go on moving over a transmission line. Wherever you find this admittance value, you should stop. But here we cannot do if you simply move. So what we are doing, we should do it on the Smith chart. We should do it on the Smith chart. Okay, to do it on the Smith chart means you should normalize this. Okay, get a normalized value of this. What is the normalized value? Real part is 2 and this is 1.4. Okay, 2 minus 1.4. So this is the normalized value of this. Is a equal to 2 minus 1.4. You mark it on the Smith chart. So this is the load, you mark it on the Smith chart. Okay, this is a point, you know how to mark it. Resistance value 2, R should be 2 and X should be minus 1.4. So this is a X, so minus 1.4. Resistance value is 2, intersecting here, you mark it. Next, what we have to do, you should move over a transmission line like this. Should move over a transmission line. Moving over a transmission line means on the Smith chart, it is moving over a VSWR circle. So you should draw the VSWR circle. We marked load. But next what we have to do, you should move over like this over a transmission line. Moving over a transmission line from the load means you should draw the VSWR circle. So draw the VSWR circle. See like this. On the Smith chart, you draw the VSWR circle. This is a VSWR circle. This red color what I have shown. Okay, this is the VSWR circle. So now go on moving over from the load. You go on. You should move like this. So from here you should go on moving like this. That is moving on a transmission line. From load, go on moving like this. Where you should stop? You should stop wherever admittance is 1 plus or minus JB. B may be anything, but real part of Y must be 1. So as we move like this, see, susceptance value go on changes. Okay. Whenever this VSWR circle cuts the G is equal to 1 circle. G equal to 1 circle. See. This is a susceptance, see, this is a G circle. G is equal to 1 circle. Okay, you stop here. Whenever VSWR circle cuts the G is equal to 1 circle. What is this 1? 1 means the G value is 1, is correct? G value equal to 1 and susceptance may be anything. Whenever go on moving, admittance changes. See, impedance also changes. As you move like this, impedance changes, admittance also changes. So it's moving like this. Impedance also changing, but what we are looking, admittance, conductance value is 1. Where the conductance value is 1? Wherever this VSWR circle cuts the G is equal to 1 circle. Where is G is equal to 1 circle? You see, this is a G is equal to 1 circle. These are conductance circles, you see. This is a conductance circle. This is a conductance. See, all these are conductance circles. This is a conductance. What is the value? 0.5. This is 0.6 conductance circle. This is conductance circle is 0.7, 0.8. This is 0.8. This is 0.9. This is the 1. Conductance circle value is 1. So dotted circle, these dotted circles are conductance circles. So it is this is 0.9 conductance circle. This is 1 conductance circle. So this conductance circle. So go on moving over a VSWR circle. From the load, go on moving like this. Okay. So like this, we are moving like this. Wherever this VSWR cuts the G is equal to 1 circle, you stop. Okay, you stop here. Automatically G value is 1. Where we have to stop? Wherever G is 1. So wherever this circle VSWR cuts the G is equal to 1 circle, you stop. See, this is G is equal to. Read the admittance. What is the admittance at this position? 1. What is G we needed is 1. So automatically 1 here. And whatever susceptance here, it may be anything. Okay, susceptance value, read that value. So I took here 1.3 because you see this is a susceptance circle. This is a susceptance circle, but this susceptance circle is not passing through this point. Similarly here, this is a susceptance circle, this is also not passing. See, it is going like this, this is like this, but one more circle in between that. Okay, this is 1.2, this is 1.4, it is in between that. I took a 1.3. 1.3. You see, if you draw, there may be a 1.4, 1.3 circle. This is 1.2, this is 1.4. Both are not passing. This one is not passing, and this one is also not passing. Sorry. Okay, in between that 1.2 and 1.4 passing through this point. That is, I took 1.3. So 1.3, and it is plus 1.3 because here the values are positive values, susceptance values are positive here. So plus 1.3. So what I did, I moved like this. Okay, I stopped at some position. Okay, that I traveled a distance, some distance d. I stopped here. Their admittance is this. What is the admittance I got? 1 plus j 1.3 I got. Okay, I stopped here. At what distance that is from the load? I go on moving like I stopped here. It is at what distance? To measure that, what we have to do, you use similar to the previous one. Draw a line passing through the load to the wavelength scale. Draw a line passing through our point to the wavelength scale. Measure the distance from here to here, from load to here. We stopped here. So you measure the distance. So where you find a conductance G is equal to 1, wherever VSWR circle cuts the, while moving from the load, go on moving, wherever VSWR circle cuts G is equal to 1 circle. See, this is G is equal to always for stub matching. Okay, wherever it cuts, you stop. Okay, point this point and draw a line passing through that point to the wavelength scale. Note down the distance from load to here. It is around 0.1238 lambda. I did approximately, you do in your Smith chart. Okay, I stopped. What is the distance here from here to here? 0.1238 lambda. I traveled at that position. Admittance is like this 1, and this is a B value I got 1.3 plus 1.3 I got. So what I have to do next? I should cancel this. I should cancel this plus 1.3. So I should connect minus 1.3 here. Is correct? I should connect minus 1.3. I stopped here. I should connect minus 1.3 here. Then that minus 1.3 cancels this plus 1.3. You will be getting y is equal to 1. See, like this. So here what I did, I traveled like this. I traveled like this. Okay, I traveled like this. How much distance I traveled? 0.1283 lambda. So here I traveled from here and here. That means nothing but here to here I traveled. This distance I traveled. Their admittance is 1 plus 1.3. Okay, here what I have to do, I should connect a stub like this. I should connect a stub like this. At what distance? 0.13 lambda. I should connect the stub. What value of stub I should connect? Minus 1.3. I should connect minus 1.3. Okay, that is the one. Minus 1.3 B value, minus 1.3 I should connect here. How do we implement that? That is using stub like this. We already know how to implement minus 1.3 B value equal to minus 1.3. How to implement that? We studied that. See how to implement minus 1.3 I needed. Stub design, you go to stub design. See, this stub I want to design. What is the stub value? Minus 1.3 I want, minus 1.3. What we are doing, we are implementing this value. I needed a minus 1.3. B value minus 1.3 I needed, minus 1.3 I needed. This stub, how to design this? That is some piece of transmission line again, small piece of transmission line. Okay, you design this. Its input impedance must be equal to minus 1.3. Okay, how to design this? That is, we already studied that. Short stub I needed. Okay, short stub means from here. Okay, this is a VSWR circle. Go on moving like this. Wherever minus 1.3 is there, go on moving like this. Okay, minus 1.3 I observed. This is minus 1.4, minus 1.4, minus 1.6. This is minus 1.4, minus 1.2 is this. This is minus 1.2. Okay, this is minus 1.4. Minus 1.3 is somewhere in between 1.2 and 1.4. I stopped here. I draw a line passing from here to here to the wavelength scale. Measure the distance from here to here. Short stub I needed, so I should measure from here. Measure the length, whatever the length. It is a 0.105 lambda. Multiply with the 100 wavelength, 10.5 mm. So take this length equal to 10.5 mm from here to here. Okay. So that is implementing. This is minus 1.3 needed. For that I designed this stub. Okay, I connected here. Here it is a minus 1.3 here. Existing is plus 1.3. So this stub cancels the plus 1.3 existing on this line. This is a main transmission line. Okay, but this is again a one more transmission line, a piece of transmission line, but it behaves like a component now, like this. This is actually a capacitor or a inductor, but its value is susceptance value is 1.3. This is implemented using stub like this. Okay, piece of again a particular piece of transmission line. Okay, but to choose on this length equal to this, input impedance is minus 1.3. Okay, so that cancels the existing plus 1.3, leaving your admittance value equal to y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1 is impedance is equal to 1. That is equal to characteristic impedance. Okay, so whenever the wave comes like this, it feels like there is a impedance equal to characteristic impedance. Okay, because we cancelled reactance existing, susceptance existing here, leaving only 50 ohm here, 50 ohm impedance. So it delivers maximum power to here, to this network. Assuming this is lossless, we can get a maximum power transfer to here. Okay, so like that we can get a impedance matching. This is called a single stub matching. So this distance is very important. At what distance you should connect the stub, and to get this particular, to cancel the, at that position, at this distance there is some susceptance value. You should cancel that. You should connect a component like this. Its susceptance value must be like this, opposite to the one. How to implement this one component? That is using stub. Again, designing stub means you should get a length again here, this length of the stub, DSC. So two designs you should know, two things you should note down. One is the distance where you have to connect. That is from the load you should go on moving on a rest of your circle. Wherever your admittance is like this, that is wherever it intersect G is equal to one circle, you stop. Note down the admittance and mainly susceptance value, whatever the susceptance we got, like this susceptance, you should cancel this. Okay, using stub next. So we got first you should find out this distance where you have to connect the stub. That is this is a procedure how to do that. Whatever the load, wherever it may be, so from the load point go on moving until it intersect the G is equal to one circle, you stop. Note down the susceptance there. Okay, that is one. Note down the distance. What is the distance from here to here? That is this distance. Next, what you should do, we noted a susceptance value here. Okay, you should cancel this. That is the susceptance value noted here. You should cancel this. For that, what you have to do, you should connect like this, opposite to susceptance. How do you implement? How to connect this? What is this? This is a stub here. This stub you should. Or how to get this stub? Based on your susceptance value, whatever the susceptance value you needed, you design this stub. We already know how to design that stub. See like this. If it is a short stub, move from here and find out. Stop wherever you come across this. Find out the distance. Distance DSC. This is don't confuse with this distance. This is where to connect the stub. You should connect the stub here. Okay, we connected this stub. Where we connected the stub? That is at a distance D. How to do that? That is this way. This is the procedure. Okay, and what is the length of the stub? See, this length of the stub. That is based on the susceptance here. To get this length of the stub, based on this value. Okay, that is this one. This is Smith chart. Okay, short from point here, short stub asked. So from the short point, based on this B value. B value minus 1.3 I need, because plus 1.3 is there. at this position, I should cancel. So I should get a minus 1.3. To get a minus 1.3, what should be the length of this length? This length over by using this. Okay. To get this length, you should go to this one. Short point, you go on moving, minus 1.3 wherever it comes. Here you stop. Note down the distance. Okay. That is this length, DSE. Okay, that is I got 10.5 mm or 0.105 lambda. So like this one, see this length. Okay, two Smith chart, in the 2 times you should do this. 2 Smith chart, one for finding the distance where to connect the stub. Okay, then to cancel the susceptance at that position, you should design the stub. This is second, in the second Smith chart you should do like this. You can use a single Smith chart, but you should not confuse, that's all. Stub design is this way. Okay, whatever I explained here, this length. Okay, this is a procedure. Okay, this length, this distance, that is from here. Mark the load from the on the VSWR. You should move like this. Wherever it intersects, you stop. G is equal to 1 circle and find the distance from here to here. That is this D. Okay, 2 length you have to find out. One is this length, another is this length. One is for, this is for stub design length. This is for where to connect the stub. Okay, so 2 main things so you should find out. Okay, in the single stub design, this is called a single stub design. And in this particular problem, shunt stub design, we came across shunt stub. Shunt stub means you should find out a position at which admittance is this forum. Okay. Okay, so this is about stub design, single stub. This is called as a single stub design. Okay, so we will see one more problem in the next class. We will see one more problem. Okay, all of you practice this, and okay, all of you must watch the